Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the Wilsonville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 6 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, August 7th. So as I always do, I'm going to share my screen with you now, go through the info with you. So first off, looking at active listing activity. Last week in Wilsonville, I show we had 15 new properties kind of come on the market. You can kind of see that's a high for the prior 6 weeks here. And ended the week with 51 homes in total on the market. You can certainly kind of see that's been growing over this past 6 weeks. Had a low of 30 and ended at 51, up about 3 from the prior week. So certainly more inventory out there. Median list price and days on market for the active listings. Kind of see that's been kind of coming down the prior couple of weeks. We had a high of 730 about 3 weeks back. So last week came in at 675. Down about 12,000 from the prior week. And the days on market, that in general has been higher as well over the 6 weeks. We had a low of 11 to start the period, got up to 23 2 weeks ago, fell back to 17 this last week because of the amount of new listings that came on the market factored in there. The pending sales activity show there was 10 pendings in Wilsonville this last week, which matches a high for the 6 weeks. End of the week with 45 homes in pending status. That's been pretty steady over the past month or so here now. You can kind of see we had a low of 43, a high of 49. So has not been a lot of variability here over the past 5 or 6 or 4 or 5 weeks now. And the median price days on market for those pendings, that has been climbing on both fronts here. So we had a low of 619 6 weeks ago. This last week got up to 771 was the median price of the pendings, about 40,000 from the week prior. And then the days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see where that's been going. We had a low of 8 about a month ago. And really kind of shot up here this last week to 28, up from 17 the week prior. So, definitely homes have been hanging on the market longer for sure. And, taking a little longer to go pending than, what we've had become accustomed to, or the, hot sellers market. So, lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as the time I put this together, I show we had 9 homes go from pending to sold in Wilsonville this last week. That matches a high for the 6 week period on a weekly reading here. And when I look back over the prior month worth of closings, or last 4 weeks, show we had 25 here this past week when you look back over the prior month. And that's up from the prior couple weeks here, you can kind of see. So gained a little bit of ground there again. And the median sold price and days on market for the sold listings, that has, as far as price goes, kind of has been trending down. Started the period at 650, got down to 582 this last week, bumped up a little bit above that to 585. And then days on market's been very steady. You can kind of see here, had one little blip here at 8, but the rest has been right at 5 days of average market time for the sold listings. And then lastly, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. The red bars is weeks of inventory. So that's been rising in general here. So we had a low of 3 weeks of inventory 6 weeks back. That got up to about 11 weeks 2 weeks ago. This last week fell back to about 8 weeks of inventory based upon the most recent, current inventory and sales activity that we've had. So, with about 8 weeks of inventory, about 2 months worth, it's still a pretty solid seller's market. Certainly not the hot market we've experienced, earlier on, but that's with only 2 months of inventory, that's still a seller's market environment. And then the last thing we'll look at, sale price as a percent of list price. That has been kind of coming down as we had kind of projected. We've had a high of about 103%. The last couple of weeks it started to kind of tick down. This last week kind of came in at right above full asking price, 101.4. So, prices are starting to moderate a bit, and we're not seeing the amount and quantity of intense bidding wars that we had almost become accustomed to, and the hot environment that we were in. But still very competitive, and coming in strong for sellers. So So I hope that weekly update has been helpful and informative for you. I certainly would welcome the opportunity to see if my 16 plus years of experience and local market knowledge could be a good fit for you and what you're looking to do in real estate. So don't hesitate to give me a call. My number is 503-680-2065. I'd be happy to help and answer any questions that you have. So please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please subscribe and follow along on a weekly basis, kind of see where the market is moving. So as always, I thank you for watching and hope you have a great day.